In this particular reading, which is going to be for January 2020 for all 12 signs of zodiac, I'm actually going to focus on which particular thing is going to have the biggest impact on you and on the whole year 2020 in general. So the actual January 2020, it's an important time of the year because of a couple of things, because of a couple of the reasons. Obviously, it is the first month of the year, indeed, but at the same time the energy is going to be very important, and it's also going to be like very strong when it comes to us getting the certain optimism right, but especially when it comes to the right balance of energies, we can achieve quite a lot. The difference with the January and the rest of the months of the year is the fact that we are going to be provided with an opportunity where we're going to be able to connect to things like much quicker. We're going to be able to kind of use our own subconscious mind in conjunction with our conscious mind, but at the same time this is just going to require from us a little bit of just stepping away from our own situation and just allowing ourselves to actually have a slightly different picture on things that have been maybe blocking us, on things that have been maybe bothering us, on things that have been maybe preventing us to move on. You know, sometimes we just focus quite a lot on things around us, but we forget how to kind of pay attention to our balance. When I say balance, I'm talking about the fact where or when we are able to kind of enjoy ourselves, enjoy our lives, you know, do things that we want to do, but we must not forget to think about the perfect work-life balance, because if we haven't got, or if we don't have a perfect work-life balance, then it's going to be rather difficult to actually just enjoy yourself, and at some point, you know, the energy will go really low, the energy will go down, and then that will affect us. So this is why I say that the actual January 2020 is a very strong month of the year when it comes to the actual impact that this will have, or this is going to have, on the very special beginning, very special beginning. So it's not only the first month of the year, like January 2020, that it's very important, you know, because of the start, because of the beginning of the new year. Indeed, so a lot of people will have, in general, like a very optimistic mind, and consciously and subconsciously, again, people are going to be wanting to kind of like pick themselves up a little bit and try to focus on certain things and try to carry on with things, you know, that they wanted to do or that you wanted to do in a really long time. But most certainly this January, it is also going to reflect on us in an absolutely remarkable way when it comes to something very significant and very important, that it's actually going to take a center stage. Things like this always come and always manifest and always happen with an element of like some kind of a surprise. So it is going to be an element of surprise that is going to be at around the same time rather evident, and that is an important moment in time, because at the same time it takes our attention, and that particular attention that's taken away at that very moment in time, it's also rather tricky, because on one hand we are focusing on something, but on another hand, it is just a beautiful manifestation is already starting of those things which are slowly about to start drifting in every single lives of us, you know. And January, it is a very sacred month. It's a literally sacred month in many ways, because when you realize what do you need to pay attention to, or when you kind of get things right, I say when you get things right is like when you know what it needs to grow in your life, what do you need to pay attention to in your life, what is the most important thing to you in your life, what do you want to focus in your life, where do you want to get in your life, what is slowing you down in your life, you know, what is preventing you to move on in your life, what is preventing you to see the whole picture, what is slowing you down, and what is preventing you to achieve things that you want to achieve. Very often people are just kind of not having their life together, and when I say people are not having their life together, this is why the energy cortex will always happen. If you're unhappy with one stage or one part of your life, it is going to reflect on you in so many different ways. So for example, if you're unhappy with your emotions, your emotional lives, and something is not right at home, you know, in your family, within your family, this is of course naturally going to affect you. But some people are aware of it, some people are not aware of it. This all depends from person to person, and it also depends from the sign to sign. My my point is, my gorgeous people, here in this moment in time, it's very important to understand that it's not only rather sacred months when it comes to the actual January 2020. Every single January is very sacred because at the same time it is going to open your eyes, it is going to surprise you a little bit, but the bottom line is that there is going to be pinpointed literally to you what you need to pay attention to. And if you get it right, if you get if you get it right, if you like just really literally just get it, if you literally understand, what the universe is trying to tell you, if you literally understand your omens, your signs, you are going to be led rather nicely and you are going to make the most of it, because in general also the actual land, land is the most fertile. I'm talking about the spirituality, I'm talking about karma, I'm talking about manifestation. This is why this is all so important, like there is no tomorrow. So the bottom line is, my reading now, it's going to make you aware and it's going to help you for January 2020 for all 12 signs of zodiac. I'm going to do a little reading and it's going to help you a lot to reflect on a particular situation. That particular situation that I'm going to do through tarot card readings, it's going to help you to realize where you need to grow, where is there room to grow, but most certainly what you need to pay attention to and what you need to kind of shower with your love, with your respect, with your energy, with your power, and then it's going to grow in the most amazing flower throughout the year. Now this is important, so it's basically very, very good to understand that this energy can be used in the most of the radiant of ways, and in such a sense, like just basically come to terms with it, focus, identify it and just go for it. Focus and just take it somewhere completely different. We will use this wonderful, powerful energy, this amazing, strong vibration of the actual January when it comes to the beginnings. And as I said, whatever you plant in January, the land is going to be super fertile, very spiritual. So to plant a certain seeds, whatever you do, whatever you focus on, whatever you try to pay attention to, it is just going to grow so much more further, and it's going to be very important and very powerful. So that's why I'm trying to stress here how important it is to start new things, how important it is to begin new things when it comes to January 2020, or when it comes to every January, literally. It's very important to focus, to chill out, to cool down a little bit. If you were worrying a lot, if you were going through lots of stress and things like that, and just have a new beginning. This is all about the new beginning, but it's just so vague sometimes when you say like, oh, new beginning. No, baby, no. This new beginning comes with the power of manifestation, with the power of actually achieving things, as long as you get them right. To get them right, you just need to identify them. And now, what am I going to do? I'm going to identify for all 12 signs of zodiac what is actually going to be very important to you to pay attention to in January 2020. What is going to be very significant? What is going to be a powerful moment in time for you to realize that how strong this is actually going to be, because at the same time it is going to become the power of like a rather significant invocation, because it's coming purely through this wonderful and rather sacred focus. As I said, it's important for you to understand this, so it's going to help you quite a lot, what to kind of pay attention to, and it's going to also, on another hand, help you to solve lots of other problems and see what takes certain priority. Very often, we as the humans, sometimes we just get confused with things around us, and we don't kind of like do things that should be taking like a certain priority, because of like so much can be going on. The certain stress can cause lots of negativities. That on another hand can make people to think in a different way than know themselves, and that on another hand can reflect on people in a certain way, so people can't see the priorities that should be taking a place. And this is why, like, ooh la la, an amazing moment in time, and it's the first month as well. Number one, it's rather important to understand that this, when you get this right, it's also going to change your life, but it's also going to bring you the whole world of opportunities and possibilities and unlimited possibilities and options that you wouldn't normally have, basically. So this reading is for all 12 signs of zodiac, and it's for January 2020, and I'm going to see what is actually going to happen with the horoscope sign of Aries. My gorgeous Erinis, this is for you, my beautiful Erinis, and it's for January 2020. Okay, so I can tell you already, my gorgeous Erinis, that you are going to you know what is going to happen. You're going to get like a really good news and an important news. This is going to be very personal to you, very important, and it's also to do with like a very slow stage, very slow process in your life that was just kind of not happening. It's to do with you reaching the certain stage, you know. It's to do with you like reaching the certain level, you know. For example, if you're working, maybe it's to do like with a certain promotion, and the next stage of your life is just going to become rather relevant here. If you are retired, for example, this is also going to be an important moment in time, because most certainly it's something, an unfoldment of the certain stage of your life. But this is something that you wanted to achieve. This is something that you wanted to happen in the last 12 months in particular. And so now it is going to become a rather interesting moment in time, because it is all boiled down to actually boiled down to the fact that you will have a good news. It's all about your gain. It's all about your advancement, and it's all about something that you expected, but most certainly, you see, it's just going to really benefit you, and it's going to benefit your whole people around you. It's an important moment in time, because most certainly it's going to be a busy time. It's going to happen right from your own hard work, you know. This is all coming from the actual accomplishment, and it's brilliant because it's all to do with a new stage, promotion, recognition of something very special through that. And this is an idea, this is an option, this is the realization that you're also going to have, and you will know that there is something very, very beautiful going to be waiting for you here. So it's the promotion, and it's most certainly going to take your life in, you know, in a very nice, very interesting, and very vibrant and powerful direction. So this is all about the good news, and it's all about the gain, and it's all about the advancement, and also very important decision you're going to need to make. And just remember, my gorgeous Erinis, that this decision that you're going to need to make, you're going to need to kind of involve other people around you. You're going to need to double check something. You're going to need to confirm something. You're going to need to kind of like, you know, really just check something with other people that mean to you so much, because I do see the team of people as well at the same time who are going to need to kind of like confirm something with you, through you. However, this is really good and important moment in time. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be actually now doing the reading for January 2020, it's actually going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis, my gorgeous Tauruses. Anybody who is watching me for the first time now basically is going to wonder, oh my god, what is he saying? But I have a literally nickname. I call every single sign in a different way. So if you are new to this channel, this is what I just want to let you know, that Taurus, you are Taurinis basically in my world, which is a little bit different, but it's just so good because it's the almost like the like a kind of sorry sorry the sign that the spirits are around me, of course. But what I was going to say is just that basically the Taurus is my gorgeous Taurinis. You know, this is wonderful because it looks like that you're about to be a little bit shaky, like a shaken up, but in the best possible way. And I say shaking up, do you know why? Because there's the power that is about to return to you in January 2020. It's the power that is about to return to you in January 2020. And this is going to be the mixture of really good health, the mixture of healing, the mixture of really nice energy, the mixture of optimism, and the mixture of actually having lots of energy. It's like a lost energy that is just going to dominate this whole situation that I'm just trying to say. And this in itself, it's also going to make you creative, and it's going to bring the creativity right at the beginning of January, and that is actually going to become a very powerful moment in time, because that creativity, it's also going to activate your mind, which means that you are going to find yourself being rather adventurous, and you are going to find yourself like being part of the situations and lots of groups of people that are going to be new. You're going to come across them for the first time. But the bottom line is, what is actually going to have the biggest impact is, do you know what? Very, very important news. You will get a very important news also. But that particular important news is going to come through somebody who is like a very significant significant person in your life, somebody who means to you quite a lot, and somebody who also have like a really good intentions, and somebody who is also like a consistent person in your life in many different ways. However, this is going to be so good because the missing information is going to come through this person, and important news that you will get through somebody who's been very consistent and good in your life, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is going to be so good for you because it's going to help you to reflect on your life in a slightly different way, but most importantly, it's going to help you to realize something very significant, the certain missing information. That missing information is just going to make sense to you like there is no tomorrow, because it's going to require from you to dig a little bit deeper, but most certainly it's also going to require from you to make a certain adjustment and certain edit in your life. But it's going to feel good. It's going to feel really good because it's going to become a rather woomish moment in time when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, because it's just about to bring the whole new harmony in. And at the same time, that is also going to be directly responsible for the actual conclusion of an issue that was really, really slow, and really it didn't have any results or anything like that. So this is absolutely brilliant. The missing information is going to change your life. The missing information, it's more like the realization. You will know what to do exactly. And this is going to be so good because later on in the year, but especially in August 2020, this is going to be an amazing and remarkable moment in time, because this is when exactly you will be able to see the direct results of whatever you do, whatever you start, whatever you make. This is going to be good because at the same time your confidence is going to be absolutely remarkable. Great months to just keep going and start as many things as you possibly can. Okay. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Geminini, my gorgeous Gemini, my beautiful Gemininis. This is for you, and it's for January 2020, and I really like it. You know what? Because you are going to be on top of the world. I'm not even, my lord. This is going to be so good. It's just, you will reach like a very important stage of your... you will reach like a very important stage of your life, my gorgeous Gemininis. And when I say the very important stage, it is just basically safety. There was a certain safety that wasn't there. There was the certain safety that you were worrying about, and that was affecting you, whether you realize this or not. But I think that you are realizing this because the energy, the energy is really, the energy was really strong around this subject. So this was taking quite a lot from you. And also this was like a part of your routine. This was part of something that you wanted to do, but it's just also, it was like a little bit slow, and that just wasn't happening when it was meant to happen. What was going on, actually, you were under the certain tests, my gorgeous Gemininis. You're very powerful, you're very strong, you're very significant, and your energy is just like, oh my lord, it's just something completely different, but it's really good and it's really strong. But that sometimes makes you to have a complex situation, because you're complex people, you're complex characters in the best of the possible of ways, and that requires from you, from your personal vibration, to go through the actual complex situations. And that is just going to be so good. As more complex situations you were going through in the 2019, the better it's actually going to be in January. The January is just going to be the beginning, you know, and this is the outcome of all the heaviness and all the heavy situations. And you were tested like in such a way where certain people couldn't really understand you. Maybe certain people who were really like close to you, and certain people who you wanted to understand, they didn't want to understand you. But also there was a little bit of a jealousy as well going on because of your success, and maybe, you know, certain people were stubborn around you. But that's all past now. I'm just saying that January, it is just going to be fantastic reflection of everything that I said, because most certainly you're gonna grow like never before. And this is the direct result of all the kind of like a situation that you were going through, that you had to prove yourself, like you felt like it. But now it is the very important moment in time when it comes to your own prosperity, security, a family, something very significant is going to happen with your family and people around you. Perhaps you were just waiting for some kind of approval, some kind of success when it comes to you. So maybe you wanted to prove something to someone, but now January is just going to be absolutely wonderful. I like it because it's all about your recognition, but it's also you need to sort a certain thing out. There is some kind of problem that when it comes to your family, when it comes to your people around you, something is missing and something requires your power, something requires your edit, something requires you to actually kind of make a certain penetration, to penetrate into the certain situation when it comes to your family. It needs your edit, it needs your energy, it needs your power. It's so good because now you will be at the peak of this particular situation when it comes to your family and when it comes to people around you. But most certainly this is all about the actual rewards that you are going to have. It's brilliant because your success is coming through. And you know what, another option, my gorgeous Geminis, I love it. I love this so much. I like it because it's just like now it's your time. This is the great beginning. This is the great moment, the whole of January, literally. And out of your success, you are going to have some important realization. You're going to think of something, and that is going to give you another idea. It is the mind-blowing idea that you are going to have, Gemini. Do not miss it. Just go for it. It's a lot to do with what you're doing right now, but it's just taking things on a whole different level. Now it's time to take things on a whole different levels, my gorgeous Geminis, okay? Now it's time. It's gonna be good. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerinis. Okay, my Cancerians, my gorgeous Cancerinis. It's wonderful, it's wonderful, it's wonderful. Do you know what? You see, this is like a Three of Swords here, of course, but it's just so much to do, like, going back to what was happening with you, my gorgeous Cancerinis. You have been going through a lot, and I think it's just, my lord, it's a lot to do with like worrying about a certain situation in your life, which impact this can have on other people. Like, for example, and it's also not selfish, bless your heart, I love you to bits, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because it seems like maybe you were worrying about other people quite a lot. Maybe you were worrying about other people in your life quite a lot, in a sense of like, oh God, if something happens to you, maybe you didn't even realize, but you were worrying about this, and there were lots of stress that you were actually going through, and especially in the last 10 months, my gorgeous Cancerinis, there was a lot stress you were going through. On one hand you were worrying, but on another hand there was a lot happening, like with the working life and things like that. But now like busy, but it's brilliant, and you felt maybe a little bit like you lost your control over a situation just a little bit. Well, the bottom line is that now it's going to be rather rejuvenating, the actual January 2020, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because it's going to be rejuvenating, because it is going to be rather refreshing energy, and I quite like it, because most certainly the feeling of like a very stressed and overburdened feeling, it's coming to an end, and in this decisive situation that you had, that it started not that long ago, now it's about to turn around with this wonderful energy, and it's just going to kind of make itself like relevant to you. What was kind of irrelevant, now it's just going to make sense, and out of the indecisive situation you're going to make an important decision, and that it's going to be remarkable because it's connected to everything that was going on in the last 12 months, but it's also going to be the greatest awakening that you had in a really long time. And that in itself is so brilliant, because it is just going to make you realize that it's time for change as well. Now it's time for change, and this is not a change like that you would like it's just going to come out of the blue. This is not the change that it's just going to come like the first time to you. This is something that was on your mind before, something that is to do with your life so much that it's making you unhappy, and it's time to move on. It's time to make the big change. It's a lot to do with what your previous thoughts, previous energy, previous thoughts pattern, it's all connected to this particular situation here. So most certainly you are going to do something that you were thinking about for quite a while now, and you were waiting sorry, you were waiting for the right moment, you were waiting for the right time, so now most certainly you're going to have the certain courage. There was the certain courage and self-illumination, self-confidence that you wanted to have. So therefore, you will be offered something this month, and you just have to go for it. Whatever you think, if it comes to you like, oh no, I'm not ready, no, baby, no, you just go for it, because you're more than ready. You are having control over situations, strength, courage, you see, energy and determination. This is absolutely wonderful, and it's also going to be an accomplishment that you are going to have. That accomplishment that you are going to have, you need to pay attention to. You know, you're going to hear about it, you're going to be aware of it. Like, let's say you hear about it on the 7th of January, let's say 7th. Interesting, I said 7th because it's going to be a rather impactful day. But if you hear about it on the 7th of January, then you will just know. If you become aware of it, then at the same time you just have to see what else is there, because there is another solution that is connected to it, that is just going to help you to kind of deal with your life on a whole new level, on a whole different level. On one hand, it's coming through your own strength, through your own confidence, through your own power. On another hand, it's coming through your own achievements. So there is going to be the new stage that you're going to take, and that you're going to make an important decision this January. Something you wanted to do for such a long time, but you just go for it, because you will have the power of this beautiful self-illumination, which is going to reflect in your confidence like there is no tomorrow. Very good indeed. Okay, so the next sign, sorry. Do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do, yeah? You know what I'm going to do, yeah? I have no idea what that was. I'm just going to probably channeling some spirit here. Okay, I'm just going to have a little bit of coffee. Sorry. Of course, I need to have a coffee before I do Leonis. My gorgeous Leonie, the next turn is yours. Do you know? Oh my God, you see I'm breathing like this. You see Leonis, my gorgeous Leos, you see I'm breathing like this when I do you. Do you know why? Because I think emotionally, emotionally you have gone through a lot, and physically you have gone through a lot as well. Both of things have been absolutely rather bombastic, not only in the last year but within the last couple of years as well. Karmically it was very heavy, but also what was very important when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leon, is you managed to stay committed to the task at hand. You had lots of distractions in every single way, from every single way, seriously, but you managed to stay committed to the task at hand. This is absolutely wonderful, because I think lots of Leonis are reaching a very important stage. You are most certainly, and this is to do with like you wanting to change your life. You make you make certain changes, but especially on those things that you know that are making you feel happy, but you're not doing them. So therefore it requires from you to make a necessary kind of changes, you know, yourself, in order to kind of make an impact when it comes to you, when it comes to your life, when it comes to people in your life. This is so important. I already saw this when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonis. It's important to understand that this life is really short, this particular life. We are here and we go, you know, like there is no tomorrow. But it's also very important for you to understand that you need to do what you want to do. You do what you feel like do it. You do for what comes to you. You do like what you naturally want to do, because it looks like you were like kind of a little bit blocky, you know, you were like prevented, you were blocked because somebody rather toxic around you, or some kind of toxic impact or influence did actually influence you in the wrong way. And this is purely because you were just trying with the stage of your life that came to an end, my gorgeous Leonis. So it's up to you, my gorgeous babies. You need to see what stage of your life slowly came to an end. You see, it's very important, because it's going to reflect on your life, it's going to reflect on your love life, it's going to reflect in your emotions, and people who really love you and people who really know you will know exactly what is going on. So it's really important to actually make the necessary changes. What is it that is bothering you? What was bothering you in the last year? You know, what was making you unhappy? Maybe you didn't see enough people who you want to see. Maybe you weren't around people who you want to be around. Maybe you wanted to make a necessary changes. So what are you waiting? No, just go for it, my gorgeous Leonis, and just remember, you are you. You are unique. unique, you will succeed, and you will make a big time. Just remember to be yourself. There is no competition when you're yourself. Very, very important to say indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Leonis, it's like also you are getting your justice, my lord. January, you are getting your justice. That is going to bring you your proper balance, and that at the same time it's going to not create, but it's going to invite the person in your life at around the same time who is going to give you an advice. Follow that advice, my babies. Follow that advice. Important indeed. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be, of course, my gorgeous Virgolinis, my gorgeous important Virgolinis. Like I say important because you're also have been suffering a lot. You went through a lot, but when I say you've been suffering a lot, I think emotionally you were affected. Emotionally, it was a very strong impact on you because for some reason you felt like there was a certain challenge, you felt like there was a certain competition around you, but you shouldn't have felt like that. If it's to do with your life, it's to do with your relationships, if it's to do with your family life, there was something not quite right. There was something that was taking place, and there was something that was actually kind of preventing you to make a really important decision because you were also like keep trying and keep going, but it is just so much to do with you realizing, listen to me, my gorgeous Virgolinis, do you know what? January 2020 is going to be absolutely, I don't even know how to say how important this month is going to be, but it's just so much to do with you and your start, with your beginning. You need to get this right. I'm saying that you need to get this right is because the vibration in actual January is going to be super powerful, which means that there is a lot going to be happening, and this is going to reflect on people in general. What does that? On another hand, it's just kind of also when there are a lot of things happening, like the January is going to be quite busy when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You know, it's like you can't kind of pinpoint on certain things that should actually also take a priority. So for most certainly, you are going to hear an amazing news about your achievement, okay? That amazing news that you're gonna get and receive about your achievement, it's not only about like, oh yeah, money, yeah, success. No, baby, no. It's a lot to do with you proving something to yourself. It's a lot to do with you understanding a very important stage of your life. It's about to be revealed at the same time, a significant, mind-blowing revelation, something that is going to blow you away like there is no tomorrow about you, about your specific journey, and you will do something as well. You may make a certain move that you were worrying about to make it before because you didn't have enough confidence. But that particular move that you're going to make, it's going to be so important because it's going to have direct edit on those things that are no longer there, on those things in your life that are no longer needed. This is going to severely impact you and your way of thinking by the end of January, which is going to push you towards a very important and significant direction. And this is purely coming through the fact that you will have a control over situation, control over your life, control over your energy, and that is going to reflect on your own balance, which on another hand is going to become an important part of manifestation. Here you will not only realize about how much you have actually done, how much you have achieved, but it's about this sacred and very powerful feeling of this energy that is just going to make you feel so optimistic, and it's going to be an amazing starting point. And that energy is going to make you realize something very significant when it comes to the actual your life, because not that long ago you made a decision and maybe people around you were like, no, absolutely no, that was bad, that was wrong, but you managed to stick to your own decision, and it's absolutely brilliant. And that is about to bounce back and confirm to you that you did actually the right thing. An important moment in time to also say that you are going to have the certain kind of like a swift change with a rather stale stage of your life, my gorgeous Virgolinis. But I really like it because it's just so good, because by the time you get to the last part of January, you know, it's going to be remarkable, and it's just all about this self-discovery. It's all about you already going on the next journey, you changing things. You will start changing things about your life big time. You know, there are other people that are going to be impacted, but also you will do things that that you wanted to do for a while, that you were so worrying about. I said this in my video and my January video 2020, which I did for Virgolinis. But you are going to kind of like do things, you know, two things in particular, 2 changes, my gorgeous Virgolinis, 2 changes you will do that will change your life. It will be the greatest impact that you absolutely had in the last 5 or 6 years indeed. This is how strong this is going to be. But both 2 things you were worrying before to do, like because of the security, power, because they will require from you to change things. It's going to require from you to change your way of thinking. It's going to require from you to change your way of life a little bit. It's important, my gorgeous Virgolini, for you to understand this, yeah? And you will have your Heureka moment. You will have a very important moment this January where you're going to realize that, you know, if you don't change your routine, nothing is going to change. And it's all going to start happening once you start changing your routine, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Once you start changing your routine, you see, you've got a 10 of coins as well. Absolutely fantastic moment in time. It's going to be busy. It's going to be good. You're going to feel proud of yourself as well. But also this is going to be ridiculously important starting point, because what you're going to do and what you're going to start this January, it's going to take off in September 2020 like there is a no tomorrow. So September 2020, you will see the direct outcome of this. And another option, another decision that you're going to make in September 2020. And this is how important this stage is going to be. Absolutely remarkable, absolutely important new beginning that you're going to start in January. And it's just going to take your life somewhere completely different. Unlimited possibilities and unsecurity and that you had before, now it's just all going to come back such as a refreshing energy. And it's just, instead of bringing you down and making you kind of realize an important like illumination around you, now this is going to bring you completely different energy, which is just going to become a rather Vavumish moment in time. Incredible, incredible, incredible indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to do is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. That was a little butterfly just went by, which is saying again that you are going to be affected in such a wonderful way in January indeed, because when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra, it is all about your own transformation. It is all about your own power, and it is all about you actually getting an inspiration that is just going to blow your mind, my gorgeous Libra. Oh my God. You see, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, because it is going to be the inspiration. Inspiration, inspiration. Libra. January is very important. January is, I can't stress enough how significant January is when it comes to the start, when it comes to the beginning, when it comes to the beginning of manifestation, because at the same time, this vibration, it's very, very kind of strong in a particular way towards the particular stage. Very impactful indeed to work with this, because it's going to make you achieve so much more. This is exactly what is going to happen with you. You are going to have a very important vision indeed. I like that vision about your future, and the vision that you will have, it's going to have the second stage, and it's going to take off in November 2020. So that's a one thing. But on another thing, it's just you need to pay attention at this moment in time what is inspiring you, because there is the certain inspiration going to happen at around the 17th. Oh, you've got a date. There's a certain inspiration going to happen at around the 17th of January 2020, my gorgeous Libra, and that is just going to be so good, because it's all going to be inspiration which is going to be connected to the bright prospects, and that is all going to be so important, because it's going to at the same time going to bring something from the past. No, not a person, something from the past, like in a sense of what you used to do but you just kind of don't do anymore. It's important because it was helping you to like kind of like be happy. It was helping you to raise your power in so many different ways, so therefore it was making you feel very optimistic about your life. You know, it's the integral part of your spiritual journey. sometimes we leave things behind, but we return later on when the time is right. So now, in this instance, this is going to have a split, like a kind of energy, which is going to be very important and very equal energy for your emotional lives, but lives, indeed, for your love, emotional lives, relationships, but also on another hand for the bright prospects, and the new stage which is just going to take place. It's fantastic. It's fantastic because it's very important. It is going to make you realize that you will need to be the part of the certain competition. Pam, pam, pam. Now, competition. Don't take this bad. It's going to be good. It's going to be brilliant. This is going to be your time to shine. This is going to be your time to show yourself. This is going to be the time of your power. This is going to be time of your confidence. Don't get tricked into like some kind of vortex of energy where you think, oh no, they're too important, or I don't have any experience, or I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. No. Just go for it. This is going to come with a tricky little situation, and the tricky little situation is the fact that it's just going to kind of like confuse you a little bit, because you're going to feel like maybe a little bit scared, or like you haven't got like a certain experience. Well, most certainly, my gorgeous babies, you do indeed. So this is why this is so important. It is inspiration that is going to bring you bright prospects, and it's also a lot to do with the mixing an old with the new, and you will realize when it comes to the certain problem that you will know that is at the same time going to bring you an insight, and you will know the conclusion to an annoying part of your life. It's actually going to come to an end. Conclusion is going to happen with a certain problem, and that it's also going to make you feel very optimistic, and it's going to bring inspiration, and that is going to make you feel rather artistic as well. So it's going to make you to change things around you. You need to do this because this is also going to reflect on your own energy, and that's why this is so important. But the bottom line is, it's just so important, my gorgeous Libra, to also say that you will know when the bright prospect is going to come in, when unlimited possibilities for you. Doesn't matter if you work, if you're not working, if you're retired, if you're in the school, uni, college, whatever. It doesn't matter at all. Just make sure that you understand when you see like a little bird, there is a bird going to happen at around the 17th. It may not be the 17th exactly, but it could be at around the 17th, or at least have number 7. It's an important moment in time when you see a little bird. You will know. There will be something unusual about it, something different about it. The way it's going to fly, perhaps, the way it's going to feel, the way its energy going to be, the way its color is going to be. But this is going to be the moment in time when you will know that there is an opportunity. Look at this. Page of coins, of course, indeed. You see, there is an opportunity coming through. So I just took it at the right time. Indeed, this opportunity is going to change your life, and it's going to be one of the biggest things you have ever done. Watch for the little bird. It could fly above you, it could fly around you, it could just walk on the floor. It all depends, but you will pay attention at that moment in time what you were thinking about, and you will know that the bright prospect is coming true. Wait for the birdie. Indeed. Okay, and this is your amazing opportunity. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. My gorgeous Scorpio. This is just so good, because it's just like, there you go. It is just the very, very scary part of your life is coming to an end. Lots of Scorpiones, my beautiful babies, were affected with this, and lots of Scorpiones were like kind of like maybe kind of affected like by this energy. When you're affected by this particular energy, you just kind of like leave certain things aside until you're completely certain what are you going to do, or what to do next, or which option to go for. But this is also rather clever to do. So on one hand, you did the right thing by not reacting or not overreacting on something that happened to you within the last 9 months. That particular situation that happened to you within the last 9 months changed your mind. It changed your opinion. It changed your option about a certain people and about a certain direction, about a certain dimension. But you didn't react, or you didn't overreact, and that's so good, because you let this harmonious energy to just go through, to take what it needs to get, to go through what it needs to go through, in order to get like to the certain point where you will just kind of be tested whether you passed the test or you didn't. Well, my gorgeous Scorpiones, you most certainly did, because this is coming from the situation situation that was caused you lots of problems and lots of stress and lots of negativity because you find yourself in a stage of your life, in a part of your life where you're not too sure. Oh my God, I don't know what am I doing. I don't know where am I going. I don't know if this is the right thing. And it was just causing you lots of stress. It was just causing you lots of negativity. So that stage, it's coming to an end, but it's also, even more importantly, it's bringing a really rather nice and important reward. That reward that you are going to have in January 2020, my gorgeous Scorpione, it's going to, it's going to just give you so much energy, and that energy is just going to at the same time activate you in so many different ways. This is going to be an important time because you will hear a good news about something. Someone is going to praise you up. Somebody who's very important to you. Somebody who thinks you think like about them, the world of good. You know, somebody who you have a very high opinion of, it's also at the same time going to praise you, and that is going to be the greatest honor. At that moment in time, my gorgeous Scorpiones, you need to understand that you will have an important a moment because of the unfoldment. The way it's actually going to happen is going to be really tricky. It is going to be about a certain learning experience that you're going to need to do, you're going to need to become a part of. So this is an important stage for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, to say that there is going to be an important learning stage. It's just so important for you to understand this. The energy is just going to be so strong. It's going to be so powerful. I said this millions of times. It is just like when we do things at the right moment in time, like when we do things, like when it's a full moon, for example, you do certain things and you work with this energy, you work with this vibration. When we do things like on a new moon, you do different things, you know, whatever is to do with this particular energy and vibration. And what is going to happen to you, and you also need to remember, it's going to happen at around the time when you get a certain praise, when it comes to the certain honor, and you will like it because you're going to feel like rather vavavumish, very powerful. But on another hand, you will feel like a very optimistic, very good, very proud of yourself, and good people, certain people in your life will feel proud about this particular achievement. You must understand that at the same time, there is going to be an unfoldment and unload of something absolutely ooh la la when it comes to the learning stage, a learning stage, a learning stage, a learning stage, some kind of reflection when it comes to the need to learn something. You're gonna need to kind of like basically take the certain situation on the next level when it comes to your life, but that is going to come through the certain learning experience. So go for it, go for it, go for it, because this learning situation experience is going to reflect on your particular situation. Whatever you're doing in your life right now, whatever you're focusing in your life right now, this learning experience, this learning situation, this learning option is going to be an adamant part of your life, because it's at the same time going to be exactly what you need to do. It's going to be your power that is going to be very vibrating, but on another hand, it is just going to be your key to the actual success, because you will do exactly what you need to do. And there is the learning stage, learning process, learning experience that you are most certainly going to become aware of, and you are going to have a very significant November 2020 as well. This learning stage, learning option, it's also going to be connected to unlimited possibility and a rather adventurous moment in time. Physically and mentally, this is going to be absolutely a vavumish moment in time for you, because it is just going to help you to grow. It is just going to help you flower, and most importantly, it's going to help you to be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. And it's going to reflect on all those times that were like, that was really negative and bad, and it was slowing you down, and it was making you feel unhappy because you find yourself in a vortex of energy where you just had to get on, and be patient until you reach the certain stage, certain point in your life. When my gorgeous Scorpion is most certainly, this is a very important certain stage for you. So just get it right. And in order to get it right, it's just like it's the learning experience, the learning process that is just gonna manifest to you, and it's gonna require from you to take it on the whole next level. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about now is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius. Sagittarini, January is just gonna be absolutely brilliant when it comes to you. Do you know what? It is about a swift change, movement, very busy indeed, but in a really great way, because at around the 9th of January, oh la la, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, at around the 9th of January, I'm so happy for you. You are going to have a really big moment, you know, Sagittarinis. My sweet Sagittarius, you're such an amazing people. You're very amazing when it comes to work, career, finances. You have got this like a very magical energy about you, around you. Very magical indeed. And this magical energy around you and about you is so strong and so powerful, because when you decide to do something, regardless what's happening, you know, it could be the greatest storm around you, you're just gonna go for it. You're gonna do so well. This is one of your amazing and incredible powers. So now it is just so much to do with the last 9 months. Also in particular, within the last 9 months, there was a lot of hard work that you went through, lots of energy. Things changed for you a little bit in the last 9 months, because maybe you didn't do what you wanted to do, maybe you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. And also when it comes to your personal life, you know, there were certain things that you had to leave behind because everything else wasn't falling into the place, or everything else weren't where you wanted it to be, and that was causing you to kind of change things, but on another hand to kind of like edit things and do things differently, but to also understand you're just doing the right thing. A very important moment will come to you for the celebration, harmony, and new beginning and completion, but you just knew that you just need to go on. Why I like the 9th of January, my gorgeous Sagittarius, why I like the 9th of January is just because it is just all about the success, material attainment, advantage that you're actually going to have, and it's all to do with the victory. The annoying, stupid moment in time, like when it comes to certain difficulties, you know, that you found yourself at, you know, surrounded, you know, it's coming to an end. So now this is going to become a stability, and now this is going to provide you with not only like a victory, but it's just also when it comes to security and power, you're reaching a very big stage, something that you wanted to happen in such a long time. It's going to take place now. You are most certainly going to be able to do something really good for you in order to kind of reward yourself. Just do it. If you want to reward yourself, it's a very important stage and moment in time to do it, because it's only going to get better later on. Be as open-minded as you can, because there is also going to be the very interesting situation that is going to arise to you, and that interesting situation that is going to arouse you sorry God, oh Lord, arise, that particular situation that is going to arise for you, it's also going to bring on one hand a very special person into your life that is going to make sense later on, somebody who's meant to be in your life, but also the recognition that you wanted to have, you know, the recognition that you wanted to have through your own success, and that in itself is just going to be so good, because you're going to feel absolutely brilliant because you trusted yourself. So now this is going to be a great moment. Look at this, it's the Hermit, of course. Important to mention that you are going to have a Hermit moment, my gorgeous Sagittarius. You see, Hermit moment you're going to have in January 2020, and that Hermit moment, it's also reveal the certain kind of direction for you. The Hermit moment is going to reveal like what you need to do with a certain problem. Suddenly it's just going to mean to you kind of like something that was really kind of annoying you and getting on your nerves, but you didn't know which approach to have in order to solve this problem. It's going to come to you. So certain problem is going to be solved to you through the actual Hermit mode. Hermit mode is very important because you will have a very strong connection with your spirit guides, with your guardian angel, with angels, with all sorts of different dimensions, and that reflects on you in such a powerful way because you're able to stretch your mind that much further. So you're very wise, you're super clever, you're very powerful, and you're receiving literally sacred information. There is a very important sacred information that you're going to receive, and that is going to lead towards your own satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness. It's because something is going to be confirmed to you through your own success, but you will know that there is a very big and very important option going to start happening here, because that Hermit moment, the outcome of that completely, it's going to be like the very big change that you're going to become part of. This is only going to be the beginning, but most certainly you're going to start something very good, very big, very important, quite adventurous, because you wouldn't do this normally, but most certainly whatever you start in January, it is going to have an absolutely mind-blowing impact and outcome in December 2020. So you will start something really big through your own success, material attainment as well, security and power. You wouldn't be able to do this until you got to this particular stage. So there you go, my gorgeous Sagittarius. This is going to be incredible. Just go for it. Don't hold yourself down, okay? Don't slow yourself down. You don't need to. Just go for it. Whatever it just comes up to you. Literally. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to do, it's my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius, my gorgeous Capricornius. So what am I going to do now, my gorgeous people? It's just, I'm just going to have a little sip of coffee. Sorry, it's just, that's my new thing. Okay, just my little cup. No, that little is massive. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Ooh. I just love coffee. I absolutely love coffee. Honestly, freshly ground coffee. Again, it's just so good for you. My God, I mean, good for you. It's Anyway. So now it's you, my gorgeous Capricornius. This is such a good month as well, because it's like very important to say that you are also like reaching a very significant stage here, but it's also a lot to do with your own security, and it's a lot to do with your own power, you know, but it is going to be rather intuitive moment in time when you're going to have, because your intuition is also going to be all around the place, you know. I say your intuition is going to be all around the place. This is really strong and very impactful. When I say all around the place, it means that you will be able to focus so much. You will be able to kind of stretch your mind that much further. Your third psychic eye is going to be as enhanced as anything. Very important, because that is going to have such a significant impact on your own creativity. Your own creativity is going to have an impact on you and on your way of thinking, and it is going to make you very powerful in many different ways, because you're also going to have a very strong energy throughout this month. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. As more active you are, the more powerful energy is going to be. Just remember, my gorgeous Capricornius, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what is bothering you. It doesn't matter what problems you have. You will have this little tick moment, you know, and this little tick moment, this tick moment, it's all about you having your spiritual key. Your spiritual key is going to be very strong throughout January. Do you know what spiritual key means? Sorry, sorry, so that was horrible. Your spiritual key means that you will have this strong ability to manipulate your own situation and manipulate your own energy towards whatever you want to happen, towards whatever you want to manifest. It doesn't matter. Just remember my words, Capricornius. This is important. It doesn't matter if you feel low. It doesn't matter if you feel down. It doesn't matter if you feel the worst cold or the worst flu. All you need to remember, you will have this power of this absolutely superb vibration and energy, which is just going to enhance your own power, your own vibration, which means that it doesn't matter how you feel. As long as you start things, you will be on top of the world. It comes with a little trick, of course, my gorgeous Capricornius, because you will have an important situation, like some kind of interview or some kind of conversation. This is like very important. It's like maybe to do something legal, or it's maybe to do something with some kind of importance. And I know for the fact that at around that time, you are also going to be kind of like you're going to trick yourself into this like kind of negativity, and that negativity can be rather dangerous, because it can make you kind of find yourself at the kind of surrounded by the certain negativity and certain energy that can actually make you think in a different way, and this purely comes from the cloudness around you. So this is why, because your own power, your own energy, your own vibration can sometimes, I know it sounds weird, work against you. It's powerful, it's strong. So that's why the only reason this energy can work against you, if you kind of bring yourself down, if you push yourself aside, if you don't give yourself credit, if you bring yourself down. No, baby, no, you do not bring yourself down. You bring yourself up, because now at this moment in time, you are going through your own transformation. You are going to be tested, but who cares? You are going to be flying on the wings of an angel. You're going to be flying on the wing of the most beautiful butterfly. butterflies, because it's all about your transformation. And there are two things that are gonna change, two things that are gonna happen, two things that are gonna like take like a lot of energy from you at around the end of January in the best possible way, because it is just going to be increasing your power at the same time. A vavavoom-ish moment in time, because two things that you're going to change are going to require your edits, but they're most certainly going to change your life. You see. It is going to be already June 2020 that it's going to be very important when it comes to the second stage of these two things. June 2020 is going to be very impactful when it comes to this, because at the same time it's going to be powerful unfoldment connected to this, connected to the certain security, power and victory, and most certainly advantage. This is all about taking your life on the whole next level, my gorgeous Capricornians, and it's important and it's significant. Okay, so now, okay, 7 of coins. You see, you will be surprised. It's going to be a surprising situation, but it's going to be good. Something that was missing in your life, it's about to return. And also when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your family life, there is a big change that is going to start, and it's good because it's something that you wanted to do in a long time, something that you're planning to do in a long time, and it's going to make a very strong and very beautiful impact on you, on your security and power and the people around you. But also you will feel really proud of yourself, very, very proud indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarini, my gorgeous Aquarius. You know, I like the energy in January. I really do, you know. I really like the energy because a lot of stress is going to shift, okay? There was a maybe certain anger that was caused at around Aquamarini signs, and I say the certain anger, but this is purely because you had to kind of stay patient around a certain people in your life, and you had to stay patient around a certain spiritual journeys in your life, and that was very clever also, and that was very important thing to do and very significant thing to do, because at the same time, you know, your patience was energy, your patience was also like your karma, your patience was also at the same time your wake-up call. The more patient you were, the more reward you're going to have. The more patient you were, the more you were working, the more outcome, you know, success you're actually going to have in January 2020. It is very important for me to say and to stress that there's a very significant energy that is actually going to shift right at the beginning of January when it comes to you. This energy is just going to slap you in the face like there is no tomorrow, because you just went a little bit off the journey, a little bit off the way within the last year or so, within the last 14 months. You just went a little bit off the way, and you took a certain balance away from you because you're not balancing things out. Aquamarinis, you need to make sure that you live, you need to make sure that you enjoy yourself, and you also need to make sure that you're balancing things out. This is very important. And don't bring yourself down, because there is going to be like a challenging situation that you are going to have this month as well. Challenging situation, somebody is going to act with you in a bad way, but it's not going to be bad. Somebody's energy is going to confuse you, but they will mean really well. Please just remember that this person is going to be absolutely relevant to you and to your success like there is no tomorrow. There is a person that is going to manifest. There is a person that is going to start. There is a person that is going to walk into your life, but no for the first time. This person is in your life already, but it's just that they're going to make themselves known in January like there is no tomorrow. But they will give you mixed messages, mixed signals. They will mean well. The reason why they will give you like a mixed messages and mixed signals, it's to do with them, it's to do with their maybe health, it's to do with their energy. So you must not get them wrong. You must not be like work on it like an instance, you know. Just take your time and try to read the energy slightly differently. This person is going to be very important later on in your development, because there is the certain inspiration that you're going to get through this person as well. But most certainly just don't read the message wrong, don't read the energy wrong, because when people do this, you just kind of like have a wrong picture about everything else. You're powerful, you're strong, you're born psychic, you're born an empath. You know, I said this millions of times. So you're very sensitive, you know. Sorry. you're very sensitive when it comes to this energy, you see. You're very sensitive when it comes to the energies in general. So I said this before, like if you go towards the certain house or towards the certain home for the first time, you will be able to feel and to sense this energy in particular, because you're born empath. You've got this very strong possibility to do things what some other signs can't do. But sometimes that particular energy can actually work against you. Okay, it's a similar situation with what I said before. That particular energy can work against you, especially when it comes to somebody who is in our lives, whom we have a certain emotions around already. But also if something is going on in their lives, this is going to have an impact on us, impact on you, that is going to confuse you a little bit. The bottom line is, step away from the situation, rise above the situation. This person is going to have something very important in the store for you. Okay, Aquamarinis, a certain person is going to have an absolutely mind-blowing option for you. Option, the certain idea, the certain suggestion, the certain new beginning, the certain new option, you know, it's going to start here through this person, the certain opportunity, but it's gonna come with a little trick that beforehand you must make sure that you don't overreact. You must make sure that you don't maybe find this challenging situation in a bad way and then you just go lower vibration. No, baby, no. But the bottom line is you are going to do really great, and you are actually going to do the right thing. And also it's a lot to do with your own recognition as well at the same time. You see, Two of Coins is an absolutely important moment in time, and I really like it because you're going to rediscover yourself. What I said before, it is the balance that was missing a little bit with Aquamarinis. The balance that was missing is coming in January. Whether you were working too much, whether you weren't working at all and you wanted to work, whether you wanted to chill out a little bit, this balance is going to be absolutely sacred as well. But at the same time, the intuition is going to be very strong, very powerful, and it's going to make you realize that there is an abandonment of the certain stage of your life. It's coming to an end. Cut it out, because it's draining your energy and it's preventing you to move on, and it's also kind of affecting your energy when it comes to the certain change, when it comes to the certain speed and things like that. So the certain abandonment of the certain stage of your life is slowly coming to an end, but you need to get this, you need to realize this, and you are going to realize this in January, most certainly. But I really like it because it's a very important moment in time to say that it's a lot to do with your own recognition. You're gonna grow really big, you're gonna grow really strong, you're gonna grow really powerful. But this is not only it's not only about your security and power, but it's also about making sure certain things about your future, you know, making sure certain things are in place, what you wanted to do when it comes to your family and really people around you. This is going to be very, very good because the whole new strength is actually coming through, and most certainly it is the time of completion, and that completion at the same time is just going to help you to make an incredible decision, incredible decision. Something is going to be confirmed to you through your own success, and that, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, is going to give you an idea through your own success. You must not forget about, you must do, you must think about, you must unfold this within your mind. It's important because it's going to lead towards the biggest moment in time when it comes to your own personal success, radiance, crystal clear focus, and most certainly an unfoldment, which is going to lead towards your own rebirth through your own success. I'm so happy because it is just things that didn't make sense are going to start make sense at this moment in time. Very, very good, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. My gorgeous Pisces, this is so good, okay? My gorgeous Pisces, look at this. You've got 10 of Swords as well. You see, this is all just telling me, my Lord, it's so much to do with like the last 10 months. And I have seen this with you, my gorgeous Pisces, because it's a lot to do with the stress, okay? And it's a lot to do with the hard work. And it's a lot to do when you do things and there is not a perfect balance, not the right balance. So you can't kind of feel yourself. You can't feel your own achievement. You can't kind of get your own direction. And of course, this is going to affect affect you, because it's going to bring you down, because it seems like, my gorgeous Pisces, that this was kind of like an integral part of Pisces, my gorgeous Pisces, your journey. And especially in the last 10 months, it has been very, very difficult to kind of see the end on the, you know, the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. It was very difficult to see, and this is nothing unusual. And you must not bring yourself down, because when you bring yourself down, you're actually making the whole situation even, you know, like more negative. What you need to do is just ignore this and just keep going and keep going and keep going. But most certainly, my gorgeous Pisces, you're not people who would normally overreact or anything like that. So there was no overreaction here whatsoever. So the bottom line is that there is going to be a very significant stage that you will actually go through at the end, at around January 2019. What is going to happen? January 2020. January 2020. Do you know what's going to happen? And this is going to be a really tricky one. You will have a very interesting situation where at around the beginning of January, you know, you will feel like a little bit of like indecisive situation, you know, and this situation is just going to kind of like evolve a couple of things, and you will really not to be too sure whether you're doing the right thing or not, Listen to me. This uncertainty in January is most certainly certainty. Okay, my Pisces, uncertainty in January is certainty. So if something comes to you and you're thinking about two things, like two changes that you want to do, and you think like, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's not the right time. No, baby, no. Uncertainty is certainty. There are a couple of things that you're going to be thinking about, my gorgeous Pisces, and most certainly one of them is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, but you will know which one. That particular thing is going to be ever so important for you to go for. It's something that is also going to become like with a feeling of irrelevance, with a feeling of fear, with a feeling of uncertainty, with a feeling of unknowing energy, unknowing situation, which is just going to make you feel like not as confident. And now this is where it gets tricky, because that confidence can turn against you, because if you don't have enough confidence, then you just unnecessarily put certain walls around you. No, there is no need to put the walls around you. If you don't have a confidence, if you don't have experience, and even if you don't have a certain vision that would make all this more strong and more powerful, more vibrant, it doesn't matter. Just remember that as soon as you get to terms with something, as soon as you decide something, as soon as you think about a certain change in January, there is one particular thing that you will really need to go through. It's important for me to say, because it's going to be absolutely a very, very strong moment in time for you to remember this, but it's also going to be rather creativity. It's going to lead you, because you're going to start feeling creative. As soon as you start doing it, creative in your mind, creative with your thoughts, and that is as powerful as the actual creativity with your physical body, for example, because creativity in your mind is just going to take you everything. It is not going to lead you astray, and it's also going to intuitively enhance your power like there is no tomorrow. So something is going to be confirmed to you. Also, Pisces, I know this sounds weird, but I said this before, something is going to be confirmed to you in the morning as well. In the morning, listen to me, babies. In the morning. The month is long, yeah, January 2020, and this particular thing is going to be confirmed to you in the morning, which means that one morning you will wake up, and this couple of things that I said, one is more important. That particular thing is going to be confirmed to you, especially when you were like, oh, I don't know if I should do this, I'm not too sure. Just go for it, please. It's going to be confirmed to you in the morning, like the very first thing on your mind. I said this to you, why it's important to pay attention to what's on the very first thing in the morning on our mind is because when we sleep, every single night we're having astral projections. We are traveling and we're having astral projections, every single one of us, but we don't remember because we are not meant to. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, you see. And this is why, it's because you stretch your mind so much further. You're part of all these different dimensions. Your third psychic eye is very enhanced, like there is no tomorrow. You're receiving all sorts of messages from all over the place, all over dimensions, so many different dimensions that you wouldn't normally. And also it's like you are getting messages from your guardian angels, from your spirit guides, you know, and all these things are going to be so important, so strong and so significant, and they are going to create this powerful, absolutely amazing picture, and it is going to bring a missing puzzle into your life. You are going to get a remarkable missing puzzle into your life. So that's why what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning? It's so strong because when we wake up our eyes, well, I suppose, yeah, when we open our eyes in the morning, you know, within the first 2-3 minutes, these are so strong, these are so powerful, so significant. And very often we have like, oh my God, suddenly something on your mind that you need to do, but that was something that you were thinking about like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Hey, that baby, that my gorgeous Piscelinis, it's going to be an important moment in time, because your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your subconscious mind, which was able to stretch so much further, it was able to look at all your situation, you know, it's just pinpointing what you need to pay attention to. And that, my gorgeous Piscelinis, is going to be a remarkable moment in time. It's not only about the direction, dimension and idea that you're going to have through this, but this is most certainly going to bring a whole new hope, inspiration, power, creativity where you didn't have. But on another hand, this is going to be all about a new focus, okay, that you're going to have at the same time. I absolutely love this, my gorgeous Piscelinis, because this is all about you making sure that you understand, that you pay attention to what's the very first thing on your mind throughout January, and that particular thing is just going to help you so much. You see this? An incredible, somebody very, very honest and very beautiful and very powerful person in your life. It's also going to confirm something to you. Somebody very powerful and very significant and very strong in your life. It's going to confirm something to you, but this is going to happen, and this is going to be in their own way. At the same time, you're going to get a certain advice as well, and this advice is going to go a long way. It may not even be the direct advice, but something is going to be done, something is going to happen, and this person, somebody male, somebody very powerful, very strong and significant, successful in every different, in lots of ways, you know, somebody very wise, it's also going to do something which is going to influence you like there is no tomorrow. But at the same time, something is going to be proven to you, but it's going to surprise you, and that in itself is going to be an important moment, because it's going to help you to symbolize like some kind of like a little danger that you wouldn't realize before, but also an advice that you're going to get. It's just going to be absolutely confirmation to the actual new stage, which is just going to which you are going to start embracing at this stage. Very good moment in time indeed. And it's also great to actually go and keep on applying for as much as you can, keep on doing as many things as you can, and throw yourself in all sorts of situations, my gorgeous Piscelinis, because this is going to be incredible moment in time. Very important stage, very important beginning, and already March 2020, it's going to become quite significant when it comes to an unfoldment of this particular option, of this particular realization, of this particular situation. Absolutely remarkable, because you are going to start living again, and this most certainly is going to change your life. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, okay? I wish you a happy year 2020. Okay, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, love and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you, bye.